Hey everyone. So today we're going to talk about time management, which I nerd out on. I'm going to show you some tips in the bullet journal, but also some general tips that might help you along the way. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. You guys ready? All right, let's go. So the question I get a lot of is time management when I talk to other people. And so I wanted to share a couple of tips with everybody. The first thing is thinking about intentional actions. And to do this, you create a to-do list. And then you identify what's essential. So you write them down and you're like, okay, this is a priority 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. And when you do this, it kind of lets you know, okay, this one needs to get done first. And then what you can do underneath that is list out the things that you need to get done for each one. So if I sat there and I said, okay, well, I'm going to do a Star Wars themed baby mobile. I need to get a Grogu, maybe a Star Wars symbol. I need to get a R2-D2. And then I need to get a maybe a Death Star, and then I need to get a lightsaber, and you get the idea. And then if I said filming, I need to write down the ones that I need to film, and then work on stickers, and I would list out. The reason I would do it like this is so that I can break down the task. After I prioritize them to figure out which one I need to do, I break down the task to make it more manageable so it doesn't feel so overwhelming. So think about it as productivity is about energy and focus. So figure out which ones you need to focus on, and that can kind of help you. Another thing is to ask yourself, is this an opportunity or is this a distraction? When someone comes to you and goes, oh, I need a meeting, so you can write down meeting. But then you can ask yourself, well, is this meeting a distraction or is it something that I need to get done? Is it an opportunity that will help me further my goals? If you don't want to do one of the tasks, I'm going to bring my task list back. If you don't want to do one of your tasks, set a timer. So if you said, oh my goodness, this is a lot I need to get done, set your timer for 15 minutes. It gets overwhelming, but it starts creating this habit. I'm going to set my timer 15 minutes. I'm going to work on this project, and then I'm going to step away and come back later. This tells you that there is an end time in sight. Another thing that you can do is either calendar blocking, like what I did here with the colors. So these are upload dates. These are for social media for Instagram, social media for TikTok. And I'll also be highlighting some film days, usually on the weekends because I work full-time. And then I will also highlight any special days like appointments or anything like that. And I time block. Use my calendar to block off days. I also do some time blocking by using my weekly schedules. So by sitting there looking at this task, and I know what events are coming up, I know when I have time to do those tasks because I look at the events that are going to be coming up, and then I know what task I can fit into what day. So that's another way to do some time management. Another way that you can do time management is by creating a list that you can always go back to for tasks that you can get done in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You can change the times to whatever fits your needs. But if you sit there and say, okay, I have 15 minutes, what can I get done? And I can sit there and say, hey, I can pencil into my bujo layouts. So I'm going to sit here and go in and start penciling in my layouts so that way I know what needs to be done and how I can do it. I only have 10 minutes, so maybe I can tidy my desk. So these can kind of help you by listing out tasks that you can get done at the time, and that can kind of help you figure out time management so that you can get the small tasks done that need to be done as well as a large task. Okay, now that I showed you some tips in the bullet journal, I wanted to add a few things that I forgot. So look at my notes here. You can do a power hour. So meaning that you just focus, super focus for an hour of whatever you're doing. I found that weekly planning works for me versus doing the daily planning. Time blocking sometimes for dailies help other people. And then one thing that I do is I work in 15-minute blocks and I alternate tasks. So you can switch that from 15 minutes to 30 minutes to 60 minutes, depending on yourself. And you can, what I do is I write in my book for 15 minutes and then I'll paint for 15 minutes, or I'll write in my book for 15 minutes and I'll come and work on my bullet journal for 15 minutes, and I switch things up so that way I can just really focus. I know that I only have 15 minutes, so it kind of helps me focus down. Another thing that you can do is highlight one thing that you want to get done that day, and that is your goal. So if it's hard sometimes to focus, just give yourself one goal that you want to get done that day. You can also create 3 tasks or habits for each goal that you have, so that can kind of help you. So I'm like, okay, if I have a habit of, or a goal of being more social media, then my habits would be post regularly, that type of thing. So I would list out 3 things. Create artificial deadlines. So give yourself deadlines. Even if you don't have deadlines for work or something else, create your own deadlines, so that way you have end date in mind and you know where you're going. And then a 5-minute rule. If you can get it done in 5 minutes, do it, because then you always have 5 minutes. So just get it done, so then it's out of the way and it's checked off your list. And the last thing I wanted to remind you all is that we are in control of our time. So how you use your time is up to you. So I hope that helps you, and I hope you guys have a great and wonderful creative day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, Mapi.